Hi everyone, and welcome to the webinar today. It's actually a little bit of a backstory here. Yeah, Camilla and I actually ran this webinar yesterday, but it was one of those days and it turns out it wasn't recording. So we're here now and we're going to re-record what we went over, where we showed you how to use your website to work closer with your existing clients. So thanks a lot for joining me, Camilla.
Hi, not a problem.
Awesome. So I'm going to give you a quick little overview of what we're going to talk about today. It's basically the whole goal of marketing to existing clients is about being smarter with your marketing, and we're working smarter rather than working harder, because we all know that getting new business, new clients and new leads is hard work, especially when we're talking online and in the digital space. It just takes time for people to warm up. It's always easier to talk to your existing clients and work with them more, seeing as you already have a relationship with them and they already trust you. And I'm sure most of you would get that and understand that that's the low-hanging fruit. So we're going to show you some ways you can do more with your website to work with your existing client base. So first of all, it's going to be how you can take appointments through the website, also what to put in your client area in the top right hand side, how to use your website to get more referrals, take feedback and even upsell and grow your revenue with your existing client base. And Camilla's also going to talk us through our new onboarding form and welcome emails. So that's quite highly requested, so that's an exciting little release as well. So we'll get into it. I'll just flick to the next slide. The first one, as I mentioned, is appointment booking. So this is a really, really simple one to start with. Hopefully some of you guys have this on your site already, but if not, it's a really kind of quick win, something that you can add really easily. So this is about making it easy for your existing clients and you and your admin team as well, if you have one, but it's just about making it easy and saving time. So this means that your clients can book meetings with you through your website, whether that's like a quarterly meeting, an end of financial year meeting that you could have those links and the ability to book that in through the site. So I'm going to jump out to full screen here and go and show you some options on some of our clients' websites. So this is an example of on SeaChange site here. So they use Microsoft Bookings in this instance. We often recommend Calendly or Acuity. Calendly actually does have a free plan as well. So this is, you might have different types of appointments like SeaChange have got here. I'm just going to show you Love Your Numbers. On their contact page, they use Calendly, and they've got a few different types of appointments here as well. So there's a few different options. Camilla, I think you know about the different plans on Calendly, is that right?
Yeah. So you might not want to pay for third-party appointment booking or something like that. Calendly is good. Calendly has a free sort of plan where you basically it's free. It's sort of limited to just one appointment. So, but if that's all you need, then that's perfect. Obviously, when you pay, when you have a paid plan, then you have more options for adding more appointments. So just like you see on Love Your Numbers website, for example, so they have a different appointments as well. And then with Microsoft Bookings as well, so that's the same thing. Actually, I'm not quite sure if they have a free account, but if I know quite a few of you have Office 365 package, so maybe worth to have a look if that's part of your package as well. I'm not quite sure. It might be an add-on that you need to purchase. I'm not quite sure if they have a free account, a free plan as well. But might want to have a look into that.
Yeah, I guess that's really our recommendation is, we can send you some links to like Calendly, Acuity and similar. Take a look at them and see if they do work in with, your workflow and, budget as well. And then let us know if you need some help adding that on. What we kind of recommend is, this is an example of one of our clients too, just coming up is, something like this in the kind of top bar or even in the client area as well, which we'll get to so that they can book in straight away. So I'm just going to jump back to the slides here because there's a few other recommendations. We suggest that you link this to meeting software. So we're on Zoom here. We can give you some kind of tips on that. maybe some as to how to record meetings and that sort of thing. But yeah, that just creates a seamless experience as well. Links in with your calendar. Obviously, it's going to book it in based on your availability and different types of meetings and buffers and all that sort of stuff. And then it can also set up the meeting in software like Zoom. So take a look at, Calendly or Acuity is probably, and Microsoft Bookings, where we direct you first of all, and please get in touch if you have any questions. So the next one is the client area. So you'll find this in the top right-hand side of your website, and I'm going to show you a few things that you might like to include. So I'm just going to go to a live client website here as well. Often what we'll set up as default for you is like a login link to, the cloud accounting software that you're using, like Xero, you can see on screen here. So that's, as soon as we're going to click that, that's going to open the link to their logins. And the beauty of that is that you can tell your clients to, forget all other links. All they have to do is remember your website domain, or better still, bookmark it. Bookmark your website, and then they'll be able to find everything there. So make sure you're telling your clients about your website and about the resources and the tools that are in there, especially those that are there specifically for them. Other thing you might like to include is file sharing. So a few different options here. Usually you kind of choose the tool and we can link to it. So a few of our clients are using ShareFile, but also Dropbox is an option. In this instance, SeaChange, they are using like one of our forms modules and they uploading the file through here, but there's a limit on kind of sizes of files there as well. So take a look at, ShareFile or Dropbox, or let us know what you're using and if you'd like that uploaded as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The file sharing or file upload that we're using has a limit of 3 megabytes, which is quite a lot. But if for any reason you need a bit more, I'd then suggest probably Dropbox is the best option to integrate with. So yeah, just let us know.
Yeah, sure. Another one you might like to do is to add to your client area the ability for your clients to pay you and to take payments online. So we have a few integrations. Many of our clients use our Stripe integration. That's probably what we'd recommend. Otherwise, you can link off to a payment page. So the Accounting Hub, client area, they have a Pay Here button in their client area, as you can see, and that links off to the payment gateway that they use there. So again, take a look at what you'd like to use and let us know if you'd like that added into your client area so you can get paid faster, hopefully. The other thing I quickly mentioned, appointment booking. So that's something I would be putting in your client area, especially if you've got pages, for example, Calendly links that are specific to your client meetings. I'd recommend putting that in there. That just makes sense, right? Another one you might choose to do is a client portal. So if you do have a portal to work with your clients, whether it's sharing documents or news or whatever you put in that portal, this is the perfect place to link to that as well. So we don't offer a portal built in, but we can definitely link off to whichever portal system you're using. And that's basically my final note on that as well, is if you do have some other place or thing you'd like to link to, it doesn't just have to be external links. It might be these guys have a page on AML kind of requirements in New Zealand, so that's something that they want their clients to know about and read, so you can put information like that in there too. So we're actually going to be giving you an email template to let your clients know about the client area of your site and to let them know about the tools that are in there. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be sending that out with this recording and putting that in our client Facebook group as well. Right, so I'm just going to talk next about referrals, because back on here we're up to point 3, use your website to get more referrals. So your website is a great way to get referrals, and we know that that's the way that most of you have grown your business to date, really, and we want to make it easier for you and for you to get them first of all, and for your clients to give them. So what we'd suggest is adding a referrals page. So the Accounting Hub have one here. And what this is a form using our forms module in the website. So your client can submit their details. They can submit the details of the friend, or or, you know, fellow business owner that needs your help. So you actually are obviously getting their details, but you're also getting, you know, which client has referred, because you might want to send them like a thank you or a gift. Another way to hopefully encourage some more referrals would be to run a referral program or challenge or something like that. I know that many of our clients are offering incentives or rewards, so you might want to consider something similar yourself. For example, you know, if you refer a client to us this month, you'll get maybe some wine or discount sometimes, whatever you're offering there. Other thing I recommend with this is asking for referrals, because that's really the best referral system that I have seen, is simply just asking for referrals. And it doesn't have to be something that's done, you know, you don't have to be asking in a pushy way. It's just, I would do it next time you're chatting to your clients, definitely in person, but over the phone can be also good. So it just comes off, you know, in your normal kind of vernacular and the way that you would speak. So just let them know that you're looking for more clients like them. Don't be afraid to let them know what a good type of client is for you as well. You could say, you know, clients in your industry, whether that's, you know, other tradies. You might tell them that a good referral for us is you know, an owner operator of a trades business or something like that. So make sure you're asking your clients for them and letting them know that you're open for business. You could also send an email blast asking for referrals. So we have a pre-written email template and referral campaign that you can get access to in the back end of your website in email marketing. If you do have any questions about that, or if you have it, please just reach out to us. Some of you may not have it enabled just yet, so we're more than happy to give that to you. But that's kind of a line that's included in that email template, is, you know, letting them know what a good type of referral is for you. So Camilla's going to jump on now and tell us about the feedback options that we have, the ability to take feedback from your clients through your website.
So I'm going to share my screen as well. So the feedback is really good to basically get information from your clients and to learn about more your processes and something that you might want to improve, or something that might be something that you're doing really good. So that might be really good to have as a part of your website as well. So feedback's really easy to gather. It's via our forms, and let me just share my screen. Yeah, so you can create your, you've got a survey module in your form. So when you click on the forms and create a new form, call it, like I just called it, feedback survey. And this is where you can create your survey to gather the feedback from your customers. Really easy. Again, the survey module is under the advanced field, so you just add it to your form. When you open that, you can actually choose the survey type. So you can have a like you see here. You can add another one, and you can have I don't know, for example, rating as well, like a star rating, and so on. You can amend those bits as well here. So yeah, I mean, like, we do recommend to create a survey to find out of what your client think of your services, and also depending on the type of feedback, you can uncover new ways of expanding the services. I don't know, processes improvement, for example. Or you can even might find out some upsell opportunities as well, which is a great source of revenue right at your doorstep as well there. And now about these upselling opportunities, Anthea will be talking in a little bit more detail now.
Cool. If you can make me host, Camilla, so I can share my screen, that's okay. I would, tell you a bit more about potential upsell opportunities as well. So with the, sorry, just sharing my screen, coming back up. With what Camilla's just mentioned with your feedback, obviously that can be like Camilla mentioned about, you know, how have we done with types of services and also obviously quality of service delivery. But she mentioned that it's a good way to potentially uncover upsell opportunities, more ways that you can work with your clients. So I'd probably suggest a question in there about, you know, other types of services that they might be interested in, that's based on, you know, pain points really. So whether it's something like cash flow or payroll or something like that, put those sort of questions in there too. So there are a few other ways that you can, really get some more work from your existing client base. So I asked the question on the live webinar yesterday, do all of your clients use all of your services? And we've asked our clients and accountants that we've talked to across the world, asked that same question quite a few times. Typically the answer is no, they definitely don't know about all of our services. Maybe you did a good job of telling them when they first came on board, but they've been a client for a few years now, you've added new services, and maybe they don't know, or you just haven't really communicated those services to them. I'm sure that most of you, if you did get, you know, a client come to you with a certain problem, of course you're going to answer that and tell them how they can help, but you've got to also be proactive in letting them know about your other services. So I've got a few recommendations here. The first is to take a look at their business and see if you can, you know, identify any other services that they might need, and then it's just about getting in touch with them. Like I mentioned with the referrals as well, first up, have a chat to them in person or over the phone, because that's always best. You can answer their questions right away and communicate casually as well. Then I'd be sending an email about it. So my tips here are to focus on one specific service and send it to people that you think would benefit from it. So a bit of segmentation there. I wouldn't just be promoting like advisory services or, you know, that kind of language. I'd go much deeper into it and pull out something really specific. So something like cash flow or, you know, even better, getting paid faster. So you've sent an email, you've spoken to them. I'd be also posting a blog about it. Maybe write down, okay, let's write down 6 services that you offer. And as you're listening to this webinar, I want you to follow along and do that if you can. Write them down, services that you think maybe your top services, but also ones you think that you could really grow, or maybe they're new services you've introduced, something like advisory as well. And then go month by month. Write a different month beside each one, and we're going to promote them one by one. And go even deeper, pull out the pain points from that and specific benefits of it as well, and post a blog. And then make sure you remember to add a call to action to this marketing, so that they actually know what to do. So if you have set up, you know, an initial meeting about your advisory services, and you've set that up in Calendly, say, make sure you put a link to that. Or if you just want them to give you a call, put your phone number and tell them what to do. Another tip is maybe to use some of the business resources that we've put on your site for you. So on screen here is an example of the business plan diagnostic that we've created and put in your resources section. So this is a really good conversation starter. We know that this is, you know, a common pain point for businesses, in that they need it, and they need help getting a template, and they need help developing a solid business plan. So you could do a whole campaign around that, and then obviously ongoing from that, the services that you could link ongoing from there. Now, taking it up a notch, you may also like to organise a client-only webinar, if you like, to kind of talk about a service in particular, month by month, as we've mentioned. We recommend Zoom, and we can give you some tips on that if you are interested in doing that. So that's mainly our tips for upselling. Camilla's going to talk about our new kind of product, the onboarding form. So she'll talk you through it, but it is only available for a few countries at the moment. But I'll let Camilla do the talking. Are you there, Camilla?
Sorry, I muted myself and I started to talk. Okay, so onboarding from our new exciting feature. As Antia mentioned, at the moment we just we have forms just for onboarding form just for Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. We are at the moment working on the US and Canada as well, so that will be coming a bit later. Okay, so Anthea is showing on the screen at the moment what it looks like. So basically, onboarding form will help you to onboard your new client. So when you do get a new client, you want them to have a good first impression. And if they do have a good experience at the start, they're more likely to stay with you. So filling out the forms, scanning an email, it can be quite frustrating. So why not to do this online through your site? So our onboarding form is a pre-built form that will help you to capture new client details as well. And you simply send the link to this onboarding form. So it is set up on your website. It's not going to be showing in your main menu. It's just sitting in the backend. You'll have the link and you just send them the link to fill in the form. Plus, once the form is filled in, they will also start receiving like a welcome email. So there's a series of 4 emails following up the filling in the form. So, and every time someone fill in the form, you will also get an email notification once the form is completed. So all the details, first of all, the details will be sent to your email address, and you will also find, you can also find the entries under the forms, the particular form in the backend of your website under the entries. The follow-up emails are also set up in the backend under automated email under your email marketing as well. So feel free. I mean, there is a content that is already preset for you, but if you wish, you want to amend something, just please let us know. And also, this is something that you can add to your client area as well.
Yeah, perfect. That's where I'd be putting it as well. And as Camilla mentioned, these are kind of the fields that we've set up. There's 3 sections to this form. We set that up based on what our clients typically ask for and what they need to get at this point. But you're welcome to add your own, both, fields in here, and also edit those welcome emails to, put your own personal style to it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's just set up as the basic form. You all had the training on how to create. We've got some resources as well in our knowledge base, so you'll be able to amend as well the information.
Yeah. So that pretty much comes to the end of our webinar, but that did bring up a good point there as well. And we got some questions about this yesterday as well. So this support.bizinkonline.com is our knowledge base or support center. So if you ever have any questions about your website, particularly if it's how do I post a blog or something like that you've forgotten, have a search in here first of all, and then you can reach out to us. I'm just going to put this up on screen as well. So the email address on the bottom of the screen here is the best place to get support if you do have any questions about any of this. So if you want your appointment booking or your help with your client area, stuff like that, please feel free to reach out to us there. We are going to, I know we had a few people interested, especially in that onboarding form from our webinar. So we're going to send around a few details on how to request that to be added to your site. And yeah, please just get in touch if you have any questions at all. Okay, well, thanks a lot to everyone, first of all, who joined us yesterday at the live webinar. And
thanks a lot.
Thanks, Camilla, for joining me.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to close down the webinar now. Thank you.